Last night, I was kidnapped and robbed by the police in Ghana.
Are you seriously? Hey!
I was kidnapped by 3 masked police officers. They covered their license plate. They didn't have name badges on. They completely covered their face. And as soon as they decided they wanted to take us, they took our phones and my camera. So I couldn't record. I couldn't contact anyone. I couldn't even look up, what was legal for the police to do. And obviously, not sure the law would have helped.
Ladies and gentlemen, gather around, because what I'm about to tell you will make you pause, blink, and ask yourself this question. So people really, they do this thing for content? It bust my brain. So we have a viral Ghana versus America saga, police press release, TikTok drama, small dirty December pressure, and one lady who has mysteriously disappeared from the internet like Telecel network during rainy season. Let me not talk much, let's just break it down. So on December 8th, 2025, an American TikToker called Ariana Naomi Maki. Naomi. Yeah, so an American TikToker called Ariana Naomi Maki, also known as @Ariana Maki. That's her TikTok handle. She posted a dramatic 4-minute video, and in the video, she said she came to Ghana for Dirty December. She left the club at 3 a.m. and then she took an Uber with a male friend. They got stopped by masked men in police uniforms, and then they took her bag and collected a certain amount of money from her. And then they took a certain amount of money from her friend as well. And then they put them in a van briefly, and then they drove around Accra. She didn't know that they were still driving in Accra because she didn't know what was going on at the time. So she was in the car and then they were driving around. She thought they were going far away from where she stayed, not knowing they were driving in Accra the whole time. And then later on they released them. Basically, she claimed she was kidnapped and robbed by Ghana police. Hey! How? So the video went viral, a lot of people watched it, and it was trending.
Last night, I was kidnapped and robbed by the police in Ghana. I was kidnapped by 3 masked police officers. They covered their license plate. They didn't have name badges on. They completely covered their face. And as soon as they decided they wanted to take us, they took our phones and my camera. So I couldn't record. I couldn't contact anyone. I couldn't even look up, what was legal for the police to do. And obviously, not sure the law would have helped. They are the law like that. So the Uber driver that picked us up at the end of the night told me that this is something that happens frequently. The police set up these checkpoints all over the city, and they'll stop you for anything. Like, you could not come to a complete stop. You could have something on you. You could do nothing and they will stop you. And if they find out that you're American or they suspect you might have money, then they will take you. And they decided they wanted to take us. They heard my accent because they asked me a question and I had to answer. And they checked our bags, they checked our whole body. And when they looked inside my bag and they saw that I had cash, they decided I needed to get in the car. So they told me to get in the car. I tried to ask why. I tried to say, like, is there anything else we can do to handle this? No. So they told me to get in the car, and they got mad anytime I tried to ask a question. So I realized, like, I cannot fight back right now. I have to simply, like, do what they say. So there was a friend of a friend that I knew in Ghana, and we had just went out to eat. So we're in the car together. They actually cuffed him because he's from Ghana, but they didn't cuff me. They just sat me in the car and they drove us around. Little did I know we were driving in Accra the whole time, but I don't know where I am. I don't have my phone. It feels like we're getting further and further from where I'm staying. Like I'm feeling, I'm feeling terrible. One of the cops is in the back seat and he has his arm around me the entire time. They were screaming at us most of the time, and then sometimes they would decide to be nice. Like, it was definitely like a good cop, bad cop type situation. They told me I would not go back home to America. They would arrest me and those charges would not let me, board my flight. They told my friend he was gonna go to jail. And the threats kept escalating. At one point, they even made me read a Bible verse and explain to them why that meant we should pay them before they take us to the station. This was the most nonsense I'd ever heard in my life. But again, they're all armed. There are big ass guns in the trunk. At one point, there were 5 officers with us, and then at other points, there were 3. Like, there was no leaving. There was nothing. So at one point they pulled up at an ATM and they told me, take out as much as you can. Are you dumb? Do I look like I'm fucking dumb? And I know y'all are probably like, why'd you get in the car? Why did I get in the car? I didn't have a choice. You try resisting 5 fat ass, armed, stinky ass, and let's get into the smell, because the car stank. So at the ATM, I told them like that, obviously they couldn't go with me into the ATM. I went to tell the bank people that I like was not good, but they still had my phone and my camera and the person that I was with. So I took some money out. I took out like $150 US dollars, and I went back to the car. I gave it to them. I'm thinking it's over then. No, of course it's not over. They're still trying to extort more money out of the other guy. So eventually they get about $400, and I'm tweaking because I'm like, I need to be up in the morning. Like, where am I? Who am I? Like, I just felt, I've never felt powerless like that in my life. So I say all that to say, if you're going to Accra for Dirty December or going at all, make sure you don't, I guess, look rich. I didn't even have on any designer. I had on a cheap outfit. It doesn't matter. Don't talk back to the police because they will straight up take you. Thankfully, I'm not physically harmed. $150, that's nothing. They don't know that, but I'm gonna be okay, and I thank God for that. I thank God for his covering. And yeah, just wanted to tell my story.
And then everyone was tagging Ghana Police Service because, Charlie, how is this supposed to happen? Someone comes from outside Ghana to come and have fun. Dirty December kakreenti oba na mwa kidnapping na mujiji ni sikani ade. So now people know the bab. So they started tagging GH Police Service. Now this is where the story starts to bend like trotro seat. So the Ghana Police CID issued an official press release on December 9th, and according to them, the story no they add up. The story no they make any sense to Ghana Police. They are saying that 1, the video was filmed inside a hotel in Accra, and then 2, she checked out of the hotel on December 5th. December 5th. Okay. 3, airport records show she left Ghana on the same day. 4, police contacted her, and then she said she was out of the country. So when the Ghana Police Service saw the video and then they saw what was going on, they were like, Charlie, we have to do investigation about this. Because if it is really true that the people who kidnapped this girl were policemen, like policemen from the Ghana Police Service, then they have to be apprehended. So they wanted to do investigation and find out who they were, because you can't wear the uniform and do stuff like that. So they wanted to find out what actually happened. And then they called this girl and she was like, oh no, Nikrom has or call back to the country. And then they started asking her questions like, what happened? What was the whole scene like? What would be some questions? Say car bang, number plate, who be a flyer bang, this idea, no scatter them. So she claimed, and then when they were asking her, she claimed that she couldn't identify the officers, the car, or nothing. Okay, and Nunko Sinchen, you are out of the country, but you mentioned in the video that you were in the car with a Ghanaian friend. So the Ghana Police Service tried to reach out to the Ghanaian friend as well to see whether they'll get any information from him. Now they reach out to the Ghanaian friend, and he is also like, oh no, they on pese obe or didn't home no. He doesn't as a on pese obe cooperative. It didn't end there. This is the biggest part. After this whole CID investigation thing started, she deleted the video, and then she blocked the CID on WhatsApp, and then she vanished. Can you imagine? Oh, Ghana Police Service ni waba say your image, waba chrome her, you have destroyed our image. You are letting the whole world think that Ghana is not a safe place. And then the Ghana Police Service is trying to do investigation and find out what actually happened. You know, Kasanoa blockade CID no WhatsApp. You block him. Chese mo de mo afoforo no 1 2, then if you the chat plus woman now can 1 2 be na say Antona sompe na no a block you say am afoforo mo de do Ghana Police Service for no, so CID mo and no chat na wa block no.
Are you seriously?
So after blocking the CID no, she vanished. We know they hear from her again. So now here's the twist. The whole thing turns out to be fabricated. As a Osheda no ba has oba be trust our content no. Another video of her resurfaced on the internet, and then in the video it was like she was saying that she has been she's on vacation, and then people they've paid for her vacation. So it's like some people day back way like omashada money sika say ombra no yes our content we no fan say Ghana's reputation.
I don't know if anyone cares, but I'm on my first completely paid for trip just to make content. Flight, stay, per diem costs, everything covered. And I'm just so thankful. Hallelujah. Keep posting y'all videos.
I don't know if it is something they are doing to sabotage Dirty December or something, because in December you know that a lot of people come from the Amanone into this country to come and chill and enjoy. Some girls, you know, some boggers will be like, Charlie, you are the reason why I'm coming to Ghana, you know. Yeah, no more the J guess and then yeah, no more the J guess and then yeah. Yeah, so I don't know if it is part of a certain plan to sabotage the homecoming vibe or something. I don't know, but that's what people are saying, and people are asking questions. If it is that, they are then who sent her? Why am I fund this agenda way? Because you know they make any sense. But Ghana Police Service then they talk say they are still doing investigation, so we should relax and leave the work for them so that they can do the work beautifully and give us results. If you are outside Ghana and you are watching this video, please, Ghana is safe. We know they do that. Even me, if I kidnap you, I won't ask you for that fair amount of money. In the video, she was saying that they took $150 from her. Me, if I kidnap you, I won't take $150. Now, me the heading and chicken change. We don't do that in this country. Ghana is safe. Come and enjoy Dirty December. Come, Rapaholic is coming. Ebonoa to in Arc Day. Opa obeba betene mu na yeko. Chese December dey chilling dey enya asem ketwa. I go by the name of Tankwa Maverick. This particular episode was brought to you by My Exams AI. Log on to www.myexamsai. This AI is able to predict future WASI questions, future BEC questions for you. You don't have to learn plenty. It has all the past questions from 19 Kojohoho to date. So log on to www.myexamsai.com and learn hard, shack hard, and you pass your BEC and you pass your WASI, inshallah. I go by the name of Tankwa Maverick. This is still New TRYB Studios. I'll come at you another time with another interesting gist. I'm out.